So the children's movie I decided to watch was Disney's Peter Pan. From the perspective of a child, I really loved this movie. I loved all the bright colors. I loved that the main characters were children, so it was very relatable to me. I also liked that a lot of the activities they engaged in were things that I'm interested in. I really love mermaids, I love pirates, I love adventures. The Tinkerbell, the main fairy, I love fairies and flying and everything whimsical with glitter, and so I really feel like I related to the characters in that way. I also really liked the songs in the movie, and that the storyline was easy for me to follow. It wasn't too complex, which was nice, and the storyline just, at the very end, it all ended very happy, and so it wasn't very stressful. I really liked how happy it was, and I really feel like I identified with Wendy. She's very nice and sweet and caring, but she also loves to have fun and go on adventures, which is a lot like me as a child. As a parent, I would absolutely let my children watch Peter Pan. Some of the reasons I like Peter Pan is because it has an easy storyline, which is easy for the younger ones to follow, as well as the older ones. I also like that the characters are children. That's relatable for my kids, and if they were adults, they probably couldn't relate as well. The bright colors and the cheerful music also make it more kid-friendly. One of my favorite aspects of Peter Pan is the fact that Wendy is such a great big sister to her younger brothers. I think it's important that she's eager to take care of them and always has their back throughout the entire film. Also, it's a super short movie, only a little over an hour, and so it can keep my child's attention for about the 75 minutes or so that it's on, but it also allows more time throughout the day to engage in creative play, imaginative play, to go play outside, to engage with each other, talk to each other, things like that. Some parts of the movie, however, do require a conversation between me and my child, and I would like to take those opportunities. Some of the parts in the movie that I would converse to my child about are the fighting scenes between Captain Hook and Peter Pan. Personally, I don't indulge fighting, and I don't think that's ever the answer, and so that's something I would want to talk to my children about. Also, when the mermaids are mean to Wendy and they splash her and try and make her come out of the sky and get in the ocean, that's something that I wouldn't want my daughters to look at and say, oh, that's fine, you can act like that, you can treat people meanly and splash them when they don't want to be splashed. That's something that's important to talk to them about. The last thing that I would really want to talk about is when Tinkerbell tells the Lost Boys to shoot down Wendy, and so they throw their bats and rocks and sticks and all sorts of things at her, and violence is never the answer. As an educator, I have some concerns about this movie. First of all, it can be construed as racist to some extent. There are no African American or Latino characters represented throughout the film. The only minority that is represented would be the Native Americans. And in regards to these Native Americans, they're shown with red faces, wearing headdresses, living in teepees, dancing around the fire, singing songs, all these stereotypical things that you would think Native Americans would do. The problem I have with this is that these characteristics are not true for all Native Americans, and putting it in this film like that is creating a stereotype that children may believe to be true for all of them. Another thing that shocked me about this movie is the mention of rum and the actual drinking of the alcohol. Being a children's movie, children shouldn't at least know what alcohol is and should not know that consuming it makes you drunk. And in this movie, the pirates talk about rum, drink rum, and one of them even appears to be drunk with the hiccups and stumbling and falling all over the place. That's just not appropriate for children to be seeing at such a young age. As a child development student, I have a lot of thoughts about this movie, along with other Disney movies and other movies aimed towards children. So first of all, before taking this class and other child development classes, I never would have thought about the implications that the stereotypes and the drinking alcohol that are shown in Peter Pan can have on a child. I think it's very important for parents to be involved with the movie viewing, and I don't think the TV should be used as a babysitter. When watching Peter Pan, your children should be able to talk to you, and you should be able to converse back and forth with time to stop the movie and talk about certain things that are going on in the movie, like the mermaids fighting and how that would make your child feel, or the stereotypes and talk about what they think Indians look like, and you can compare real life Native Americans versus the one on the cartoon, and this can be used as a learning tool.